How do we make dungeons dark? We could just turn the lights out. Yeah, that's Rollo. There you go. You see. Somebody said, one of the comments I got where I'd shown Rollo, said, what's the point of Rollo? And that is a very good question. What is the point? And I'm going to concentrate on combat. And I've included in the video lots of images I've made of some of my charts that I use in combat. And you can stop the video and you can photograph them or do, I don't know what you're going to do. But if you want them, you can have them. And if they inspire you to make your own, please make your own. And this is only one set of charts because I've made these for years. So I've got lots of different charts, which means I don't keep having the same results over and over again. And so there we are. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that my characters have been in combat. I've got 6 characters next to me there. Very professional. And they're all in combat and they all take a blow. I don't do hit points. I know, I don't do hit points. So this first character here, this adventurer, he gets a hit. So what I do is I throw a d20. And I've got a 17, and that tells me what part of the body he's been hit in. And he's been hit for a 17 in the head. He's been clonked in the head. So I say to the player, yeah, wow, you've been hit in the head. And while I'm saying that, I've rolled for the effect. 2. If he's got a hat on or some sort of thing on his head, it's damaged whatever he's wearing. If he's not wearing anything like this character, I'm going to say the blow was so close that the wind from the blow ruffled your hair, but you must have ducked very slightly at the last minute through instinct, and that it's whistled across, and perhaps a few bits of hair have trickled down from the sharpness of the blade, but you're fine. Second man. He's been hit in the hands, 13. Now, the wounds are split into 3. So you've got the first, they're on a d20. First 7 are minor injuries that you can ignore. The next 7 are debilitating in some way, and the final 7 have the potential to be fatal or are fatal. So this is a 10. This is a deep, penetrating wound, forcing him from the action. It's a wound to hands. Because he's got a shield, there's a chance that the shield has nullified that blow. So I'm going to throw again, and if it's less than 10, and I'm going to, until it's less than 10. That's not 3. Right, it's a minor flesh wound. So it's not it is a hand wound, and if you hadn't got a shield, it could have been bad. But because he's holding a shield, paff, and he's my fingers, but he's fighting on. So he carries on. Next chap, put them over there. Next chap is a halfling lady. So it's a chapess, and she's been hit in the lower arm with no protection. She's not even got armour. So lower arm, oh, it's 2, torn clothing. So she's ripped one of the sleeves and she's carried on. Third character is a halfling. He's been hit in the 16s, fingers, and he's got no protection. That's just a 3, it's a minor flesh wound. Oh, he's got a bit of bleeding, but he's not bothered, he's a hero. Keep going, come on, bang, 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 bang. 16, another fingers. What's happening? 10. Deep, penetrating wound forces you from the action. This guy's not got any protection on his hands apart from a pair of gloves. So he's been hit in the hand by, I've got to know what the enemy is. Imagine the enemy's got an axe. The axe has hit his hand as he's tried to defend himself. and the blow is so terrible, he daren't even look at it. And he staggers from the battle, clutching his hand, which is dripping blood everywhere. And he makes his way out of the fight. He's gone. The fight continues. If I hit an enemy, so the paladin, he hits an enemy, and he hits him with a 17, he hits him right in the head, and he gets a 6. And it really hurts the enemy, but the enemy's big and bold, and he carries on. And they all fight, and some of the enemies die and fall away, but it's back to my team, because that's what I'm trying to get the speed of the combat, and I'm trying to get the tension of what can happen. And the tension isn't really going to come from the combat, it's going to come from the after effects, which we'll get to if I can finish the wrong combat. So, the paladin, he's been hit in the 8s. It's always a bad place to be hit. The shoulder, he's been hit in the shoulder, and it's an 8, but he's armoured. He's a paladin. I've got to throw now till I get less than an 8. I could throw a D6, couldn't I? Let's throw a D6. I could throw a D8. 3. Minor flesh wound. He's got another minor flesh wound. 2. Right into his chainmail. This lad is hard as nails. The fella who had a bit of his hair cut. 18. That's his head. That's a 14. Oh no, he's baff. He's collapsed motionless to the floor. Oh no, there he goes. Right in the middle of the combat. The halfling, she takes a blow. She takes a blow to her head. What's happening? 2. Oh, it knocks her hat off. She's got a hat on and it knocks her hat flying off. Wow, but she carries on. The final halfling, 17. He gets it in the head. There's only one number for all of these things. 17. Oh no, blood gushes from the wound as he's forced to crawl away holding his head. Oh, that's bad. He's in big trouble. He's off. And we have our round and we fight the bad guys, and the bad guys come out, they fight the paladin. And the paladin gets a 5 this time. And it's his torso, it's his body. But again, he's got a shield, he's got his chainmail. So I've got to get less than 5. I've got a 3. It's a minor flesh wound. He's hit again. He's all over. He's not bothered. Just put the magic ointment on. The halfling lady, she gets hit in the knee, elbow. She gets hit in the elbow. 13. The attack leaves her senseless, and she falls to the floor. Ah! But the battle's over. Now, the battle being over, what happens is the cleric, who's a healing cleric, runs to each member of the party that requires treatment, which is everybody but the paladin. Paladin's fine. And they throw a D20. So imagine it's like triage. First aid. Cleric runs up with his little bag and he gets to the first man and he has a look at him and he throws an 11. He needs a hospital and he needs help and he cannot move without help. Comes to the halfling. 3. Oh, the halfling, it's a minor injury that can be ignored. So the halfling recovers the senses, might even go and get a hat back. The elf with the bad hand, he needs a hospital, but he can move because it's a hand injury. So the cleric binds it up safely so he's not going to bleed to death or get infection, although that's always a possibility. If you don't have a healing cleric, that's another table. And he comes finally to the halfling with the head injury, and the head injury is he's dying, and he's dying in 16 hours. If he hasn't got to a hospital, which in my world is always a monastery full of healing monks, he will die. Now, if he gets there, that doesn't mean he's better. That just means they have a chance to save him. So they've got 2 characters now that need to be carried. And we've only got 4 people in the team. So now we've got to think about where we are geographically. How far away are we from a town? How difficult is the terrain? What if we get attacked again? Because the adventure's carrying on. But what moral decision do we make about creatures, characters, friends who are dying? Because going to a monastery for healing is no easy task. They are not everywhere in my world. I don't know what it's like in your world. This is big news, really, because now you start to introduce all of these dilemmas, and those dilemmas are what's going to make your game into a more rounded, darker, I've said it, place, because you have to make hard decisions. What do we do now? You can make lots of hard decisions, and you can make lots of decisions that alter things and change things. There's lots of ways you can make your world darker. I'm just going on combat. So, people who've got wounds of more than 12, after all the triage and everything, there are 2 of them. Let's assume, for the point of argument, that we get them to hospital. So we've got a person there with a bad hand. He's an elf. We're going to check. He throws a D6. 6. He needs amputation. It's the only solution. So now I'm making this a bit up because I haven't written it down. Odd number, it's his left hand. It's his left hand. He has his left hand amputated. Luckily, he's got his sword in his right hand. And now I need to know how long it takes him to recover. And for that, I throw a D10, 5. He will recover in a D10, 9. 9 months before that character can be used again, fully functioning, but with only one hand. Right? So, that's him. Now we come to the halfling, who had a head wound. So we come to head wounds, and we throw a D6. D6, number 3 is his eyes. We throw again, a 5. He's lost the sight in both his eyes. The halfling is totally, permanently blinded. So he's out, really. That's him. He's not dead. So there's a story to be had there. And another more of a moral dilemma, an ethical dilemma of what happens. And the final man, who needs a check, he throws a D10. He got a 5. He will recover in 10 weeks. So in actual fact, by the time they got him to the hospital, they were able to perform life-saving surgery, and in 2.5 months, he's going to be back with the party. Now, that is combat for me in a nutshell. What do you mean? In a nutcase, somebody shout, it's combat by a nutcase. No, it's combat in a nutshell. And it's just how I do it. And I've put the charts out for you to have a look at. Do it like. I think if combat carries more consequences, and those consequences can linger on further into the game and can force you to make ethical decisions, it becomes, by definition, darker than just having hit points, where people think, oh, I've got loads of hit points, I can run in, and when they're all bashed, I'll have a long rest or a big health potion and I'll be fighting fit. No, life's not like that. People who fight with bladed, swordy weapons and pointy things tend to lose bits. So, think on. I'm just going to share with you my phobias chart, because if somebody gets a brain injury, my halfling got his eyes. But one of the things can happen after a head injury is you can develop nightmares, headaches, you get phobias. So imagine he'd got a phobia, and he would have a phobia of the opposite sex. But one of the phobias I like is you can get a phobia of a particular race. I had a story from the olden days. Early 90s, there was a dwarf in our party who developed a phobia to dwarfs, but he was one. So he got really cross when he saw himself in a mirror. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. Do with it as you will. Okay.